that's where I got my start. I had no clue what GIS was. I had no clue what this world of crime mapping was, but simply using this technology, being exposed to it every single day, getting my hands on it. Hadn't taken one GIS course, hadn't taken any. This was like a complete blank slate, learning about all this technology and how to take crime and calls for service that were happening in Redlands, the city of Redlands, and visually seeing that on a map, and then the intelligence behind that. So calls for service, what crime. One of our things was that we would have to report every month to the Department of Justice through our crime analysis unit, the part one crimes. So those are going to be, specific stats that the DOJ requires every every police department and law enforcement across the state and country, if you will, to report on. And so part of my job was helping to gather those stats. But I was really exposed to this world, whole new world of insight, if you will, the intelligence behind the map. And so I really loved it. I was using Esri technology for predictive policing and risk forecasting, and identifying hotspots. I, for a time, specialized in vehicle crimes because that was a big majority of the crimes in Redlands. So looking at the trends over time, where they're occurring, days a week, times a day, being able to work with our investigations unit and our patrol teams to say, hey, we need to be more proactive as opposed to be reactive to just, answering the call for service when a community member has their vehicle broken into or needed service elsewhere. So we were like, how can we make an impact on what's happening in our city to make it safer, to be smarter about crime, to do crime prevention outreach for the community, and just being more efficient and transparent. And so I stayed there for about a total of 10 years and loved it, loved being connected to the community so deeply, working with the city offices like city manager, working with the constituents of the city. Our community members would call in and want to know, hey, if I'm going to look to buy a house in this neighborhood, can you tell me what's going on?